Yes, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. So, welcome back, guys, once again to Unacademy Karnataka. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? So, as you all know, guys, we here on your own channel Unacademy Karnataka PUC have brought you the classes for all the commerce branch students. Yes, guys, for both first PUC and second PUC students, the classes have been going on conducting on a daily basis, belonging to all the subjects, not only for basic mathematics ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಅನ್ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ PUC. ಸೊ ಡೈಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೈಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ. ಲೈಕ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೈಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PU ಹಾಗೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PU ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಗೈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, basic mathematics class which I will be conducting daily. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಗೆಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಗೆಳತಿಯರಿಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಗೈಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಮೊದಲು ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ APJ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹಾಗೆ ನಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಗೈಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಸಣ್ಣ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದುವುದು ಅಪರಾಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗುರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಸ್ ಗೈಸ್, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ APJ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿದು. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ವಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಗೈಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್, ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಡಗಿಸಬಹುದು, ಆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ರೀ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಗೋಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಗೈಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ APJ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಯು. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಅಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಹೈ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಗೋಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೈಸ್, of course have that goal that you are going to achieve top marks, that you are going to clear the examination with ace performance. ಹೌದು, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಗುರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಗೈಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದರಿಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿ ಇದೆ. 100 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ 100ಗೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯುವರ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಗೈಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಸ್ ಗೈಸ್, ಅಟ್ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಇನ್ ದರ್, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅವರು 100 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ 103 ಆರ್ 102 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಅವರು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ ಆಗೈಸ್. ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ ಅಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್, so he was very impressed by the approach and he had awarded 102 marks, I guess. Okay, 100ಗೆ 102 marks ಅವರು ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. So that is a wonderful and a practical example, and the statue of that student is already present. Okay, that has already been stated at the University of ಧಾರವಾಡ ಗೈಸ್, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರೋಚನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳಗಿಸಬೇಕು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಗೈಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಮೀ, these subjects are not difficult. Okay, you are quite complicated as human beings, you are capable. So let us start learning these subjects in quite an practical and quite an understandable way. Okay, ಸೊ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಚೆಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ರೀ. ಸೊ ಅವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೇನೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಟಿ ಶ್ಯೂರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಗೈಸ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ ಇದು ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಡ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ದಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ ವಾಸ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 2 points. On that basis we logically have obtained the derivation here, guys. So we have gone through different formats: slope form of a line, equation of a line, and equation of line in intercept form, equation of a line with respect to the slope in form of angle. Okay, tan theta slope angle prakara kotre ಏನನ್ನ ಇದೆ. And then perpendicular distance in between two lines, that is what we have looked in. We have looked at the slopes of parallel lines. We have looked at the slopes of perpendicular lines. Parallel lines will have same slopes, that is for sure. Okay, the lines are parallel, they'll be having same slopes. In case of perpendicular lines, guys, perpendicular lines, the slopes will be negative reciprocal, correct? The slopes will be what? They will be reciprocal, of course, but they will be in the negative format of themselves. And we have also solved the basic questions, guys, in the previous class. Ivattu kuda navu 3 mark problems ಮೇಲೆ focus ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, we'll be focusing on these problems. But before that, guys, let me inform you, for all those who are watching me for the first time on YouTube, so this is me, guys. So I'm a mechanical engineer professionally, and of course I've been working in many fields, and I'm an educator by passion. And for past 6 years, guys, I have been in the field of education related to the competitive examinations and of course PU board examinations. ನಮ್ಮ PU board examinations ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾವು ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನಿಂದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಡೈಲಿ ಆನ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್, ಗೈಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. So we are going to go up with this subject with quite an ease, guys. Okay, and about the notes, guys, notes ellide elli siktave sir. First of all, guys, the classes will be going to start up the course in a well defined, well prescribed manner on our app, guys, Unacademy Learners app. So download that app, you can check out our courses there, you can join in. And the notes that we are conducting the classes on YouTube will be uploaded on our Telegram channel. As you can see, UN Karnataka PUC. The description has been provided with the link, guys. So join age Telegram channel gu kuda notes namge PDF format alli allu navu upload ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, so this is about the info that you guys needed, guys. So now let us start solving the problems that we are here in order to look for. Okay, so the equations of line, I hope not an issue, guys. Very easy. 13 marks will be totally asked for you, guys. 13 marks ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ examination ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so I'll just write down the equations initially, guys. The first basic equation format ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿರೋದು, y is equals to mx plus of c. This is the basic form. And then if a line is passing through the point x1 comma y1, okay, then what the equation will be given by y minus of y1 is equals to m into x minus of x1. Okay, and of course slope calculation is given by what, guys? y2 minus of y1 divided by x2 minus of x1. And this slope can also be written in angular form. Angle form balli bardre slope is what? Tan theta, which will be equal to delta y divided by delta x, which is what? Rise divided by run. Rise is nothing but difference between y ordinates. Run is nothing but differences in between x ordinate, which is also y2 minus of y1 divided by x2 minus of x1. Okay, and then, guys, with respect to the angular format allu kuda navu slope anna hege calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು adu nodidave. So tan theta can also be given as tan of alpha 1 plus tan of alpha 2. Okay, whenever there are two slopes, guys, two lines in combination, the combined slope here, okay, the effect of both these lines will be given by tan alpha 1 plus tan alpha 2 divided by 1 minus of tan of alpha 1 multiplied with tan of alpha 2. Okay, which can also be written as what, guys? M1, because slope, this is an angular form and this is the general slope. M1 plus of M2 whole divided by 1 minus of M1 into M2. Okay, and many of you might be wondering, guys, sir, how did these formulas arrive? Derivations of these formulas, if you're looking for that, guys, derivations I'll be covering up in quite detail on our Unacademy Learners app, so we are going to discuss it out there. Here I'm only focusing on the problems for the upcoming midterm examination basis, and of course for your final examinations, guys, we are covering up these topics on YouTube. Okay, I hope that you are able to understand, guys. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದ್ರಿ. And the classes, guys, basically will be conducted in English only, but looking into the matter that this is the platform of Unacademy Karnataka PUC, will cope up with Kannada too if you find it quite difficult, guys. Okay, so any of the language which you think is quite effective will be obtained here. So now, guys, this is what here. See, there is an equation. I told you this equation, the line passing through a point x1 comma y1. Okay, so now if what happens if there is a line which is passing through two different points, there is a line passing through two different points, then the line equation is given by y minus of y1 divided by y2 minus of y1 is equals to x minus of x1 divided by x2 minus of x1. Okay, suppose the line is passing through x1 y1 and x2 y2, two different points here, guys. ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಲೈನ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದಟ್ ಒನ್, guys. And then we have looked at what, guys? We have also looked at the slope intercept form. With respect to slope intercept form, what was the equation, guys? X upon a plus of y upon b is equals to 1. Okay, so that will be looking in, guys. Definitely we'll solve up some certain questions now and we'll be able to clearly identify. Okay, so division of line, guys, internal division and external division, I hope that one is also clear. So let me just take one problem here and I'll explain you once again the formulas as we keep on solving. Okay, find the ratio in which the line joining 1 2 and 4 3 is divided by the line joining the points 2 3 and 4 1. Yes. So see here, guys, first of all understand the question. What they are asking here is the line which joins these 2 points. Which are the 2 points, sir? I'll take them to be point A 1 comma 2 and point B 4 comma 3. Okay, so there is a line which is created that is joining these 2 points, and that line is dividing the line joining these 2 points. These 2 points will give us a line, and here these next 2 points which I'll take in as C 2 comma 3 and D 4 comma 1. By joining these 2 points we'll get another line. He is asking us in the question that if this line is intersecting or dividing this second line in the ratio, some ratio, then find out what that ratio is going to be. For example, if this is the first line and if this is the second line, if they are dividing somewhat in this manner, we don't know whether it is dividing in this manner or perpendicular or in any angle. We are not worried about that at this moment. So out of assumption here, these both the two lines are being intersected, this line or this line, they are both dividing each other, so the ratio will be created here. He is asking us these ratios. What is the ratio of the first line going to be? That is what the question is about, guys. Okay, so now if you understand here, there are 2 points. Equation of a line passing through 2 points is given by what? We have already seen it now. ಯಾವುದೇ 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈನಿನ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. y minus of y1 divided by y2 minus of y1, which is equals to x minus of x1 divided by x2 minus of x1. Okay, where the 2 point coordinates will be x1 y1 and x2 y2 respectively. Okay, so now what we have to do, guys, now we have to do is substitution anna ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. This y here will be unknown, x here will be unknown. Why? Because x and y, they are relatable already to the line format. ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ the line that has been created by passing these 2 points, passing through these 2 points, x and y belong to this line here. Okay, so that will remain as it is, x and y. So now y minus of y1, what is y1 here? 2. Y minus of 2 whole divided by y2 minus of y1, 3 minus of 2, which will be equal to x minus of x1. X as it is x because that refers to the already present line here. And then x1 is what, guys? x1 is 1, x minus of 1 whole divided by x2 is 4 minus of 1. So on simplification we'll get this to be what, guys? I'll just simplify it here. Sorry. So 4 minus of 1 is 3. So 3 multiplied with y minus of 2 on cross multiplication. 3 minus 2 is 1 multiplied with x minus 1 will remain as it is. 3 into y, 3y minus 3 into 2, 6, which is equals to x minus of 1. So in a simplified manner, I can write this equation as x minus of 3y plus of 5 is equals to 0, minus 3y because this will jump on to right side, minus 6 because that will jump on to right side, plus 6 minus 1, that is 5. So I have already gotten the first equation here, guys. X minus of 3y, okay, x minus of 3y. So I have taken the coordinates right now, or did I do some mistake here? 1 comma 2 and 4 comma 3, 2 comma 3 and 4 comma 1. Okay, it is fine, guys. Okay, it is fine. So this is our equation, guys. Now it has been clearly mentioned here in the question that there are another 2 points which are cutting the line AB in the ratio 2:1. Now 2:1, why 2:1? I'll tell you now. Okay, so see here, guys. Now in the question what they have given is there are 2 sets of points. This is the first set of points that has already given us 1 line. This is the second set of point which we have to obtain, but there is an division here. Okay, there a division is created. So if we assume the ratio to be m is to n, or we'll take it to be m is to 1. See here, first of all understand the question, guys. We have taken 2 points and we have obtained an equation of that line, and here there are another 2 points, okay, which are dividing this given line in the ratio 2:1, correct? So what are we only concerned about? We are only concerned about the coordinates here. Here it will be x1. If we take here this to be y1, this will be x2 and y2, and the division ratio, we don't know what the division ratio is. So we'll do one thing, we'll take the ratio, we'll assume the ratio to be m is to 1. The ratio be m is to 1. Why m is to 1? because one guys, on one handed side we are considering the basic number, because the calculations will be quite easier in this manner. Okay, so on that basis we are considering these values here. So now what we are going to do, see, according to the division, this is internal division here, this is internal division, we are taking it once again to be internal division. It is not necessary that the point should divide it from outside only or inside only. Okay, first of all understand, we have obtained the equation of this one line. Okay, and now what we are going to do, we are just going to find out that point here. Okay, this point of intersection, let us take that point to be x comma y, point of intersection P x comma y. So in order to find out that point P, guys, what are we going to do? We can very easily find out the coordinates of point P according to our formula of internal division. Okay, what is that formula? mx2 plus of nx1 divided by m plus of n, and then my2 plus of ny1 divided by m plus of n. Okay, we are not finding out the equation of the second line here. We don't need the equation of second line here at this moment. Why? Because we are only concerned about the ratio, guys. We are only concerned about the ratio, and for that ratio we need to find this point P. We need to find this point P. Understanding? See, for the first line we have obtained the equation using these 2 points. For the second line here we are not obtaining the equation because we don't need that equation. Why do we need that equation? We have to only identify this point P, right? Okay, only then we will be able to know whether the ratio is m or whether the ratio is 1 and all. Correct? We only need to find out the value of P. For that we don't need the equation of the line. We can do that with the help of section formula. Correct? We can very easily do that with the help of section formula, and that is what we are doing here. Ratio, we are assuming that it is dividing initially in the ratio m is to 1. First of all, m is to 1 ratio alli ee ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೈನಿನ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿವೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Why do you need this point, sir? Why do you need this point P? Because see here, we have the equation of the first line. Okay, if this line is passing through the point P, it has to substitute and simplify. Correct? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಲೈನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿನ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So here we are obtaining the coordinates of point P, and then we'll substitute those values in equation first line. Okay, first line equation. Then we'll be very easily be able to understand what the ratio is. Okay, understood, guys? So see here, for the second set of points 2, 3 and 4, 1, ratio, let us assume it is creating a ratio m is to 1. So if it is internal division, we already have this formula. So m, it is m only. So what is x2? 4m plus of, what is n here? N is 1. 1 into 2, that will be 2, whole divided by m plus of 1. Correct? M plus of n. And then guys, what is the y2 value here? 1, and y1 is 3. So I can write in 3 into m, that is the first ratio, plus of y1 is 1. So 1 into 1, that will be 1, whole divided by m plus of n, which is nothing but 1. Okay, so these are the coordinates of our point P. Understood, guys? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ರೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಮಿಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಪಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ನೌ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲೈನ್ is passing through any of the point, we can substitute the coordinates here. For example, x minus of 3 plus of 5 is equals to 0. It is passing through the point P, correct, which is x comma y. Fine. And what is this point P? This is the intersection point, guys, division point here. Second line is dividing the first line in the ratio m is to 1. That is what we have considered, right? So this point P is the division point. And don't you think this first line is passing through the point? It must, guys. It should pass through this point. Only then their division is possible. Only then we can simplify it. Okay, so now for any condition, guys, if any equation is given and it is passing through the point, the value of x can be substituted here and the value of y can be substituted here in this given equation. Here, on the basis of section formula, we have obtained the coordinates of this point. And what are the coordinates here? As you can just see here, that is what we have derived. 4m plus 2 divided by m plus 1. 4m plus 2 divided by m plus of 1. And then it comes to what, guys? 3m plus 1 upon m plus 1. 3m plus 1 upon m plus of 1. Okay. So now what can we do? We can substitute the coordinates here. Okay, so substitute, guys. Substitution. So on substitution, what is it that we are going to get? X is what? 4m plus of 2 whole divided by m plus of 1 minus of 3 into y. What is y here? 3m plus of 1 whole divided by m plus of 1 plus of 5 equals 0. Correct? This condition should be satisfied. So now what we are going to do? We have to find out the ratio, right? What is our ratio? M is to 1. So here from this equation, we can clearly identify the value of m. Okay, so now what we got to do? Simplification. So now let us just simplify this one, guys. 4m plus of 2. See, LCM will be m plus 1. Correct? So this numerator will remain same, 4m plus 2 minus of 3 into 3, guys. Okay, the LCM will be 3 into 3m plus 1. So I'm writing down this step directly here. So 3 into 3, 9m. Minus plus will be minus, 3 into 1 will be 3, guys. And then plus of, you multiply m plus 1 because LCM is m plus 1 here. Complete LCM, if I take it to be m plus 1, here 5 needs to be multiplied with m plus of 1. Okay, so 5 into m, 5m plus 5 into n is 5, which is equals to 0. So now, guys, as you can see here, 4m plus 5m, what is that? That is nothing but 9m. So 9m minus of 9m will be what? Will be equal to, sorry, a 0. They entirely get cancelled out. So 2 minus of 3, what will that be? Negative 1. And then negative 1 plus of 5, guys. So what will that be? 4. Correct? Okay. So 4 divided by m plus of 1 is equals to 0. So here the value will be what? 0? No, the value will not be 0 because that will be wrong. So I think I made a mistake here somewhere. Did I take the coordinates right here, guys? 3m plus of 1. y2 is 1. Okay, so m, oh sorry guys, see, I have taken the coordinates to be wrong here. See, here it is, coordinates is 4 comma 1, right? So m into y2, m will be m, and what is y2 here? Y2 is 1, guys. Okay, so 3 into 1 will be 3 here. Okay, 3 into 1, sorry, m into 1, m into 1 will be m, m into 1 will be m. Sorry, terribly sorry about that, guys. So please correct this step here. M into x, y2, m into 1, that is m plus of 1. Then n is 1, n into y1, 3 into 1, that will be 3, guys. So this is m plus of 3 divided by m plus of 1. Okay, so that is what I made the mistake here. M plus of 3, here it is M plus of 3, M plus of 3 guys. So we'll have to substitute, and of course we'll have to solve it out again. So M plus of 3, so here too it will be M plus of 3. So now the LCM will be M plus of 1, so 4M plus of 2 as it is, minus of 3M, minus of 9, plus of 5M, plus of 5, that will be equal to 0. Okay, so this was our equation, correct? Now it is right. So here now if you can see guys, 4M plus 5M, that is 9M, minus of 3M, that will be 6M, and then plus 2 minus 9, what will that be? Minus 7. So minus 7 plus 5, that will be what guys? Minus of 2, which will be equal to 0, correct? Understanding guys? See, 5 and 9, negative 9 and 2, that is 7, and that will be minus 2. So 4M minus of 3M is 1M, 1M plus 5M is nothing but 6M. So 6M minus of 2, M plus 1, on cross multiplying, that will be 0. So the value of M will be what guys? 6 divided by 2, 2 ones are 2 threes are. So the value of M, the ratio that we need guys, is nothing but 3:1. Okay, so M value is 3 here. What is the required ratio? M is to 1, which implies 3:1. Okay, so 3:1 guys, that will be our ratio. Understood? Okay, so this is not lengthy guys. Initially I am explaining you this question, that is why it is consuming a little bit of time. So yeah, let me go through this question once again. Ratio in which the line joining these 2 points is divided by the line joining the points 2, 3 and 4, 1. Okay, so first of all, these 2 points are given, and using these 2 points we have obtained the equation of the straight line here. According to this formula, whenever a line is passing through 2 different points, this is the formula equation that is given by y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1, which will be equal to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1. So we have respectively substituted the values here, x1 y1 x2 y2, and on simplification we have already obtained an equation. Okay, this is the equation, first equation that we have obtained. Now in the question, what is it saying here? There is another line which is joining these 2 points. Okay, and that line is dividing the first given line here in a ratio, and that ratio is what we have to find out. Okay, so for that second line we don't need the equation of second line. Why? Because we only need the point of intersection here. Okay, where it is dividing, only that point we need, and we have taken that point as P. Now we are taking that to be an internal division. Of course, if this is the first line, red line represents the first line, this point P is dividing internally into 2 values here, ratio M is to 1. We are assuming the ratio M is to 1 here. So in order to identify the coordinates of point P, we have the formula available guys, that is the internal division formula, mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, and similarly for the y coordinates. Now here guys, don't you think that these 2 points for the second line are the coordinates here for the point P, x2 and x1, correct? Because that is also included, point P is dividing even the second line too. So we are substituting x1 y1 and x2 y2 of this second line, and we have obtained the coordinates guys. Okay, we have obtained the coordinates of point P. Now if the first line is passing through the point P here, if the first line is passing through point P, then it can be substituted. Okay, these coordinates can be substituted in the point, in the line equation. So I'm substituting the coordinates here in this first line equation, and on simplifying I'm getting the value of m to be what guys? 3. So if m is 3, what is the required ratio? M is to 1, which is nothing but 3:1. Okay, so that will be what guys? That will be our required ratio. So 3:1 guys, that is our ratio. Understood? Any doubts guys? Doubts idre keli guys. If you have any doubts, please ask guys. Okay, so now let me consider the next question guys. So the next question is an easy question. This is actually an 1 mark question, I hope. A straightforward question, guys. See, please don't skip out these easy questions. Okay, they have been given to you in order to make yourself strong with the concept here. So now look here, express 9x minus 4y minus of 13 is equal to 0 in the intercept form, right? So here guys, what we have to do, first of all, we'll have to express it in a standard form. First of all, clearly mentioned here that it is an intercept form. So what is the intercept equation given by, guys? Intercept equation of a line is given by x upon a plus of y upon b is equals to 1. Correct? So we have to bring this equation into standard form in this manner. Okay, so we are going to do what, guys? We are completely going to divide this given equation by 13. We are going to divide it. So on dividing it by 13, or we can just modify this one. Modified format is what? X divided by 13 upon 9 minus of y divided by 13 upon 4, which will be equal to 1. Correct? What are we doing here? First of all, it will be in this manner, right? 9x divided by 13 minus of 4y divided by 13, and 13 divided by 13, that will be 1. So I need this to be in x upon a form. I have the coefficient of x here to be 1, so I only need 1 here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just taking this 9 into the denominator and this 4 into the denominator, and that is what I have written here. Okay, so now if you can clearly see, guys, this is the standard intercept form of a line equation, and that is what he is asking us. Okay, he is asking us the same thing. This is just a 1 mark question, a simple question, but many of the students, they get confused with this. They think that whenever this question is asked for 1 mark in examination, just by looking here, they think that, oh, this is quite a lengthy question, leave it out. Yeah, okay, so that is not, guys. It is very easy. So please, you have to understand the concept and deal with the question. So what is the x-intercept here? Okay, what is intercept, guys? We have seen it in the previous class. Correct? Intercept is nothing but when a line divides x-axis or y-axis, the length of that division, okay, the x coordinate of that division or the intercepted value, that is x-axis. So this is what? X-intercept, and this here, if there is another line, this will be the y-intercept. Okay, so here the x-intercept, guys, will be nothing but 13 upon 9, because x-axis has this value. And what will be the y-intercept? The y-intercept will be negative of 13 upon 4. Okay, why negative? Because in this standard equation it is positive here. Standard equation alli idu positive idari. Correct? The standard equation has a positive here, and here it is negative. So we are going to have to take it out in a combined manner. Okay, now we're going to have to take it out in a combined fashion, guys. Okay, fine. So now let us move on to the next question, and the next question, guys, once again is on the basis of standard equation of intercept form, of course. Okay, so the next question, guys, 3 mark question again. So this question that I have solved just now is for a 1 mark question. Okay, it might also be asked for 2 marks, guys, because for 1 mark is for the intercept form and 1 mark is for the equation, whether you know it or not. Okay, fine. So I hope no doubts, guys. So those whoever is watching me or will be watching me on YouTube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವವರು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, guys. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, so see, guys, the next question here. If P is the length of the perpendicular from the origin on a line whose x and y intercepts are respectively a and b, then show that 1 upon p square is equals to 1 upon a square plus of b square, right? So first read the question, guys, understand it, and then we'll definitely solve this one out. Okay, I hope you have read this question and understood. See, let me explain you. They are asking us what, guys? They are telling that a perpendicular is drawn from the origin. So first let me take in the coordinates here. Okay, let this be the x coordinate and y coordinate, that is the x-axis and y-axis. So what they are saying is perpendicular is drawn from the origin on a line. Origin ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They have drawn an perpendicular from the origin to a line. Okay, or on a line. It means what, guys? Already there is a line present. First of all, there is a line present. That is what they mean if we want to draw in a perpendicular. Correct? So this is the line here. We'll assume this line to be somewhat in this manner, and then a perpendicular is drawn to this line. Correct? So this is the system of arrangement that we have to analyze. So this is what the question is all about. And then what they are telling us, the intercepts, this line here is creating intercepts whose x and y intercepts are a and b respectively. So this is the x intercept. Correct? This line is cutting x-axis by this length, and this will be what? This will be a, right? And y will be what? Y will be b, because it has already been given in the question, guys. They have clearly mentioned it out, x and y intercepts. Okay, I'll take this to be point a, I'll take this to be point a here, this to be point b, and I'll take this to be point p. Okay, which they have already mentioned to us as perpendicular. Okay, so now what can we do? See here. Now first of all, guys, there is a triangle here, A, O and B. Don't you think this is a triangle? Yes, it is. So in triangle A, O, B, the area of this triangle is given by what? Half base into height. Correct? Area of a triangle is given by half base into height. That is the general formula, guys. So here the area is given by half of base. What is base here? Base is nothing but A. This will be the base. And what is height? Height will be nothing but B. So half A into B. That is the first format. That is the first equation format that we are getting here. So now if you see, guys, we can also write this in a Pythagoras format also, because see here, Pythagoras theorem we can also apply. How can we apply the Pythagoras theorem here, guys? Any idea? Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem can also be applied here. See here, guys. So first of all, the area 1 upon AB, that is for sure. So 1 upon AB can also be written as equal to 1 divided by A of P into AB. Can we write it? We can also write that one. Why, sir? Because in triangle AOB, AB can also be base. We can take AB to be base, guys. If AB is base, then OP is the height. Correct? If AB we consider to be the base, then OP will be what, guys? The OP will be the height. And what is the height here? The perpendicular distance, already given in the question that it is P. So that is what I have written here, P. That is nothing but the perpendicular distance. So 1 upon AB is equal to 1 upon P into AB. It will be same, guys. It will be same, because area of the triangle, it has already been defined by our formula here. Okay, so now what can we do, guys? Now I can also write in with the help of Pythagoras theorem here, AB square is equal to OA square plus OB square. Correct? AB square can also be written as equal to OA square plus of OB square. Now OA square we already know, it is A square here. OB is nothing but a square, and OA is nothing but b square. So AB square will be equal to what, guys? AB square will be equal to a square plus of b square. AB square is equal to a square plus of b square. Okay, now from this equation, guys, equality equation here that we have obtained on the basis of area, from equation number 1 I can write in the value of AB. See, 2 and 2, they both get cancelled here. Okay, so what will be AB, guys? Small ab divided by p. Small ab divided by p, I can write it cross multiplying here. Okay, so now, guys, I can substitute here this AB value here in this given format. So what is AB? Small ab divided by p whole square, which will be equal to a square plus of b square. We need what? We need the value of 1 upon p square, guys. That is what they have wanted to prove. So I can write in 1 divided by p square is equals to a square plus b square divided by a square b square. Yes, cross multiplying, guys. Square format is a square, that is a square here, and b square is nothing but b square. So now what we are doing, I'm taking that a square b square in the denominator format. So now what I can write in 1 divided by p square can be written as a square divided by a square b square plus of b square divided by a square b square. Separate division, distributive division. So a square and a square get cancelled, b square and b square get cancelled. So 1 divided by p square will be equal to 1 divided by a square plus of 1 divided by b square. That will be the answer that we need. Correct? That is what they have asked us to prove, and that is what we have done out here. Understood, guys? Let me explain once again. See here, it is already given in the question that OP length is P, perpendicular. Okay, and the question already it has mentioned that there is a line which is creating intercepts on x and y, that is a and b respectively, and then perpendicular distance is P, which they have told us. So we have drawn up this diagram, not accurately, only of course for us to understand. So now in triangle AOB, area of the triangle is given by half BH. What will be the base here? We have taken base to be OB here, and height to be what? This will be definitely the height now. Correct? If you consider the triangle in this manner, AOB, this is A, this is B, so half AB. Now I can also take in this in a triangle AOB, I can take it in this manner. Triangle I can take in AOB. So AB will be the base, and O, that is what? OP. So that will be the height here. So I can also write half BH, half of base is AB, and height is P, that is what I've written here. And I can write AB as AB divided by P on modified format. Small capital AB can be written as small ab divided by P. Now by Pythagoras theorem, guys, we know that AB square is equal to OA square plus OB square. OA is what here? Okay, OA is B here, B, y-intercept, OB and OA. So OA is B and OB is A. We have substituted and written AB is small ab upon P according to the modified format, right? So small ab upon P whole square is A square plus B square. We had to derive only 1 upon P square. So this A square B square, because it is square, that will be square 2, and we have cross multiplied that. On cross multiplication, A square B square will be in the denominator. So 1 upon P square is equal to distributive division. Separately writing it out, of course we can write it out, guys, in this manner. If you take out the LCM back, then you'll get this step. Okay, so we'll write in. So A square and A square cancel, B square and B square cancel. So 1 upon P square is equal to 1 upon A square plus 1 divided by B square. And that, guys, is your answer. That is your answer, guys. Understood? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. So these are all 3-mark question, guys, that we are solving. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts, please ask. Okay, fine, guys. I hope this one is clear too. So let me take in the next question, guys. So the next question is for 2 marks. Okay, so this is the next question, guys. So look at the question. A very simple question and very straightforward question is what it is. He's asking us to find out the angle in between the lines. Okay, a simple question. What is the angle between the lines? So see here, guys, first of all, there are 2 different ways in order to define the angle here. So I'll do one thing here. First, there are 2 lines, right? 2x plus of 3y minus of 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and then there is the second line, 3x minus of 2y plus of 5 is equal to 0. We know, guys, the angle here between the lines can be given by, on the basis of slope, m1 plus m2 divided by 1 minus m1 m2. Whenever 2 lines are intersecting each other, the angle in between those 2 lines will be the combined slope, right? So that angle can be found out with the help of this formula. If m1 slope of first line, m2 slope of the second line are known. Here we using these equations, we can very easily find out the slopes, guys, right? The slopes can be found out very easily. So see here, if you compare here with the standard line equation, ax plus by plus c, this is a standard line equation, guys. Okay, this is also a standard line equation. So on comparison here, what is a is nothing but 2, and what is b is nothing but 3. So in this fashion, the slope for this equation is given by minus a upon b. Okay, this is the standard format of this slope. Standard form redo. Slope of a line for this standard equation is given by negative a divided by b, guys. That will be what? That will be our slope. So here, what can you see here? For the first line, the slope will be what? Negative a, that is negative of 2, because a here is nothing but 2, coefficient of x, divided by b. What is b? Coefficient of y. What is it here? 3. So negative of 2 upon 3, guys. That will be the slope of the first line. Correct. So on that basis, we can also write very easily the slope of second line, m2, which is also once again negative a by b. So negative, and what is a here? Here the a is 3, and what is b here? Here b is negative 2, guys. Okay, the b value here is negative 2. So this will be positive 3 upon 2. m2 will be what, guys? Positive of 3 divided by 2. So now, guys, we have the value of m1, we have the value of m2. What is the value of m1? Negative 2 upon 3. And what is the value of m2? 3 divided by 2. So you can substitute it here in this given first standard equation, or you can directly say here, see, m1 is what here? m1 is nothing but the negative reciprocal of m2. Correct. I can write in this value negative of 1 divided by 3 divided by 2. Right, this is nothing but the negative reciprocal. If it is negative reciprocal, what are they, guys? They both line are perpendicular to each other. What does that mean? The angle is going to be 90 degrees. Okay, or you can substitute m1 m2 here and you can simplify. Fine. So that is all, guys, for today's class. Ivattina class idiste saku. See, I've solved in 3-mark question today, 3 and 2-mark question, and of course, guys, in the next class I'll be solving up the questions belonging to straight lines, of course, but 3 and 5-mark question, guys. Okay, I'll be solving in 3-mark questions and I will be solving in 5-mark questions. So after this class, guys, of course, the notes will be uploaded to you in PDF format on our Telegram channel, UN Karnataka PUC. So join in to our Telegram channel, guys, and please go through these classes. If you have any further doubts, you can let us know, guys. Okay, so any doubts, guys? If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Okay guys. Fine. So thank you guys once again for joining us on your channel Unacademy Karnataka PUC. Be seeing you again guys in the next class. So take care guys. Bye.